Okay, what's going on, guys? It's Keen here.
Kate, hello.
Okay, obviously we put up a thing on Instagram yesterday on both of our pages for you guys to ask us any questions you want based on our couple. There were questions that were asked multiple times, so obviously we're just going to answer it once off. So Kate has all the questions on her phone. So yeah, let's get into this.
Okay, so the first question that was asked quite a few times was how did we meet? Well, we kind of met the first time in grade 8 through a friend. So we've known each other since grade 8. I mean, that was 2013.
Yeah.
But I was dating someone at the time, so we just stayed friends and stuff, and then we met again in matric, at the end of matric.
2017, so basically 5 years later.
The end of matric is when we saw each other at Timber ODV at Beer Shack. There was a event, so then we kind of spoke, and then I DM'd him the next day.
Yeah, she was sliding in the DMs.
I made the first move, and then from there things just hit off, and then we got together. Okay.
So next one is, what is the first thing you notice about a person? Well, we're gonna make it so obviously what is the first thing we noticed about each other?
Mm-hmm.
So guys, we're gonna be real, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, okay, if I am being honest though, like the first time I noticed her, if you go into like grade 8, like we mentioned, was obviously that I just found her very attractive. I mean, we did change a lot since then, but the second time, obviously the 5 years later at Beer Shack, was meeting her, and I was just like, wow, this girl is beautiful. So it was really, like, I must say her face and everything, like her eyes, I love her eyes. Like, she really is stunning, but I'm not gonna lie, I did notice her bum. That was it. I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna be real, yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, he was obviously like the biggest guy in the club at the time, so it was so funny actually, because like I was there with friends. He was obviously the biggest guy in the club, and I'm little, I'm not a big girl, so I was like, hello. And then at near the end of the night, when the other bar was still at the back of or in the front of Beer Shack, where the strip, what is this thing?
Where those corner chairs
the balcony.
Are. For those of you that have been to Beer Shack, you'll know what we're talking about.
And the bar was still there, like a little one. And then he called me over to his table, and he like said hello and introduced me to some of his friends. And then that was like literally the only words that we spoke to each other that night.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was like, I'll slid into his DMs. And I woke up, like when I do drink and stuff, and the next morning I wake up early. Like I don't sleep in when I've been drinking. With him, he only woke up at like 2 in the afternoon. I'm thinking to myself, God, is this boy gonna not answer me? Is he not even acknowledging my DM? Meantime, he was just sleeping.
Yeah,
until
if any of you
2 in the afternoon.
You know I sleep late.
Oh, and then obviously, like, he's massive, he's gorgeous, he's got the most beautiful personality, so funny. We literally laugh 24/7 with each other, always catching on nonsense. I love it. So yeah, it's shallow to say, but you do notice looks, the first thing that you notice about someone, and then from there, like, you build that relationship, that foundation with someone.
Yeah, disclaimer, guys, I was bigger then. I was before this whole corona thing and the gyms closed.
Okay, and then the next question is, how did you know that you were in love with each other? Well, I could probably answer this as like, you just click with that person, you automatically feel like this is a person you're so comfortable with. You could easily spend endless amounts of time with them without getting hurtful or getting bored or irritated. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we do get irritated with each other, but that's more of us playing and being playful. I don't know, for a girl it's different for a guy. I mean, for girls, I mean, this person makes you feel so beautiful, so special, like you can't live without them kind of thing. I mean, what is it like for a guy?
I mean, it is different. Like, I think the biggest thing is we both, before meeting each other, had come out of serious relationship, and at that stage you think you love the person. I mean, because you don't know better at that stage.
You think that you have being the most in love that you'll ever be until you meet the next person.
When we kind of met each other, we just had that click, and I mean, this is, like we say, a connection we've had for 5 years. So even though we had changed so much, we were still so physically attracted to each other. And then we really started chatting. We always just had this spark, this like energy. We felt good, we were laughing, we were happy, everything just clicked.
I must say, like, sorry to interrupt you, but it is definitely that friendship before relationship. We had a good friendship. I mean, we spoke for almost 3 months before we even were vibing. And then from there, like a month later, we started dating. So it was definitely more of a friendship. There was a physical attraction and connection, but the friendship part of it was what made the foundation of our relationship.
So I think to just close off that question is that at the end of everything, when we really start getting to that, like, oh my word, I'm catching feelings for this person now, it's because you know what it felt like when you were in love beforehand, and now it's like those feelings are just 1,000 times stronger. So
it's like love on steroids.
You really just,
Okay, then the next question is, what gets you guys through difficult times in your relationship?
You might be going through a difficult time, and because of that your mood changes and you actually take it out on the person. Like, I'm not saying in an aggressive way, but just the way you do things is different. So that kind of causes issues in the relationship, and you need to start learning that when you're doing that, it's something you internally need to fix. So on that, there's certain different ways, but we found our own ways. You found, like, I mean, if we irritate each other, we have a timeout. I go and do my thing, she goes and does her thing. But I really feel like it's different. You need to assess what the problem is at that time to get through that difficult time. You handle it different for each type of thing, but you need to, I strongly agree, and that's something we've even learned, is communication to really talk out what the problem is and getting through it like that.
I mean, especially as girls, we love to just like tell them how we feel kind of thing. And I've learned over time that it's not only about like telling him how you feel, it's making him understand how you feel. Because as a guy, he's told me how many times he hears but he doesn't listen, because he's also irritated in that moment. He's upset, and like what we do is, if we in an off mood and we can see like we're getting on each other's nerves now, we do just take a few minutes apart. Even if it's an hour, he goes and plays Xbox, I go read, or I go watch series, and once we've both calmed down, then we can come together and we can talk about it. And like, you have to talk about it like you babies. You have to be like, how did this make you feel? Why did this make you feel this way? This is what you did that made me feel this way. And it sounds so stupid, but I promise you it works, because like that way you're saying it as dead honest and simple as you can. Like, he can't now take it a different way, because I've said it in simple terms. And likewise from his side. And I mean, as a guy, guys don't like to talk about their feelings. They don't. So their way of voicing their opinion is they storm off, or they get annoyed, or you know what I mean. And as girls, we need to understand that they're not going to sit there and like tell us how they feel. We have to get it out of them. And oftentimes, like, as once you like go you in your relationship for longer, you learn to read them. So like, I can read on days like, okay, he's in a off mood, let me not mess with him today. And he can, the same with me. So when you're fighting, you can tell, okay, it's not going through, he's not hearing me, just let him go cool off, and then later on we'll talk about it. Communication is a massive thing. It took us long to learn that you have to talk about it. Don't let things fester, because I promise you, when you're fighting in 2 days time, 3 days time, you're going to bring up something that happened a year ago, and he's going to be like, huh? Because he doesn't remember more than yesterday. You know what I mean? That's boys. So yeah, I think difficult times, communication, honesty, being open, tell it how it is, just that's pretty much it. How do you maintain a healthy relationship? That goes the same with communication.
I feel like those two are really linked to it. But to add to that one, especially saying maintaining a healthy relationship, for us, I really think it's that our relationship never gets boring. We constantly, so Kate loves to always plan things. She wants to plan to the T what she's doing. She knows what she's doing 3 months down the line on that Tuesday. She knows. Where I'm the complete opposite. I'm spontaneous. I'll wake up, or 10 minutes time, I'll be like, you know what?
Let's go do this.
Let's go do
Get
this.
ready. We're going.
We're going out. That's me. So we kind of keep each other on our toes.
We're very balanced.
And we always keep things together. So you find the things that keep you productive as a couple together, but then also maintain that you have your quality time. So we have times like we say, where I have my time where I go play Xbox or whatever, or she reads a book, watch a series, but then we have time together where we go gym together.
Or like we'll have our favorite series. We like the same YouTubers kind of thing. I mean, guys and girls. So he watches my stuff with me, I watch it with him, and that I think is what builds a foundation of us balancing each other out and having a lot in common. So if he says, let's go smoke some hubbly, like literally that's half an hour to an hour every night, or every second night.
You guys sit there and you do something together, but you're talking. You bonding. So I feel like that's the thing. You guys need to keep, not necessarily interesting, but you guys need to stay active, if I can say that, as a
Yeah.
couple.
And I think with us as well, we have a lot of the same friends. We're in the same friend
Yeah.
group, so there's always stuff happening, and we can sit and like we like to gossip with each other. Like we literally best friends in that sense. Like he's my gossip buddy, and vice versa. If there's drama happening, he's like, "Oh babe, I've got new drama. I've got fresh drama for us." So that kind of thing. And you have to be your partner's friend and lover, if that makes sense. Like partner.
Yeah.
So it's not always just about relationship stuff. Talk about things that like memes and TikTok, and you know what I mean. Talk about things that also keeps it healthy.
Yeah.
It's not boring the whole time.
Is one of your favorite days with each other? So this is an interesting one. I mean, we actually have a lot. We have
Yeah,
some
we
really
actually-
incredible memories.
Criminal memories, yeah.
But for me personally, I'd probably say the day I asked you out.
Yeah, I was gonna
mean,
say that's
was
my
that
favorite
was a really
too.
good day.
I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah, we had a beautiful day together. I literally, the whole idea was I told her, listen, get dressed up. I didn't tell her where we were going.
Yeah.
Went out for a beautiful dinner, dressed up, everything. Had an amazing dinner together. Awesome food. And that's almost become now like
Our tradition.
Our tradition that
Yeah.
on an anniversary we go to that place and we have supper there.
Yeah.
Obviously then we stood outside on the balcony watching the
I can
ocean.
tell the story
Yeah.
basically. So
And-
it was what's the restaurant called again?
Coachman.
The Coachman in Summer Strand. So we went, and we weren't dating obviously at the time. We were
Yeah.
together for like a month or two.
I think we were together for like 2 months.
2
yeah.
months, and then we went, and then he had a table set up on the balcony of the Coachman, and there were candles and everything was beautiful. And then we sat and we spoke like about everything, because at the time, like it ties to another question that's coming. He was leaving for Cape Town in January for rugby, so this was a massive thing and something that kept me from going forward in the relationship. Like I fell for him, I was so in love with him, so cared about him, but the biggest thing for me was he was leaving, and I didn't think that we could make that work at the time. So we spoke about all that. I was emotional, it was beautiful. And then as we were walking out and we waited on the terrace balcony that looks over to the beachfront, he stood there and he asked me to be his girlfriend. It was so beautiful and so special, and he planned it out so nicely. I think for us that's something we'll never forget, and now it's become a tradition. So every anniversary, like yearly anniversaries, we go to the Coachman for supper and stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah, could you see yourself getting married in the future to each other?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not off the table. I mean, like, we always talk about it. I mean, it's come up in conversation a few times for us, and we say at our age, you kind of, it's not school, you're not playing around and just
Yeah.
dating everyone. When you with someone, it's either because you see a future with them,
Yeah.
or you're gonna break up. That's what it is.
That's the two outcomes,
the two outcomes.
unfortunately.
So obviously we have spoke about it. We are really connected as a couple, and we do love each other to bits. So we have spoke about it a few times, and it is definitely something that could happen in the
Yeah.
future. Not now.
Not now, not in the near
But,
future, but
yeah.
say now, like 4 or 5.
4 years down the line,
Yeah.
5 years down the line, it definitely could happen.
Oh, I like this question. What's your guys' height? Okay, so my height, in inches, I'm 6'2".
No, you 5'2".
5'2", you
5'2".
6'2".
I'm 60, so in
Yeah,
inches
sorry.
we literally a foot
A
difference.
foot difference. And
And
then,
then for you guys that don't know what that is, in centimeters, I would
you
be
mean meters.
meters. So I'd be 1'9", and you'd be
1'6".
1'6". So yeah, that's our height.
That's our difference. How long did it take for you to both say I love you?
So this is an interesting story as well. So I always love to give a crap about this stuff, but so basically, you always go to your mate and it's like, yeah, I love you, whatever. So yes, first time I did say I love you was over the phone. But it was
On
like,
WhatsApp.
even though it was in one of those moments, we were talking about something, I was like, you know what, I love you. And her literal response was, you cute.
You're so cute.
That was her response, guys.
I wasn't ready to say it yet. Like, I did feel for him, like, strongly, but I was scared. Like, I didn't want to say it too soon. And obviously the whole Cape Town moving thing, I was very scared.
Yeah.
And he said it. He's like, I love you. And I was like, you're so cute.
Yeah, that was a shit. So
And
in the
then-
thing, I mean,
yeah.
it's honestly, I can't remember how long it took us.
Like a month or so later, then we said it in
Right,
person.
yeah, well, that's like I say, it was one of those moments, it's like over the phone, like I know, but you guys, you know what I'm talking about, but Yeah, in person, I think we only said it after we were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the moment, and I still think I said it first.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were sitting on the couch at my house, and then we were talking, and then you were like, "I love you," and then I was like, "I love you
Oh,
too."
yeah. So, yeah, that was, I don't know how long it was. Like I say, it was after we were dating, so I'd probably say
Yeah.
about 3-4 months into our relationship is when I said.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely before I left for Cape Town. So, yeah, about 3-4 months.
Okay, and then here's that question I was talking about. How do you both feel about long distance? We've had long distance for a year. I mean, in January of 2018,
yeah.
he moved to Cape Town for rugby. He played at Western Province for a year, and he stayed there in Cape Town. And this was literally fresh. Our relationship was so fresh. We'd only been dating for a month, because that December, our anniversary is the 27th of December, 2017. So literally, in January, he packed his stuff and he moved, and we took him up to Cape Town, and that was a major step for us. I've never done long distance before that.
Yeah.
He had never done it. So it was massive. And like, let's be honest, Cape Town is the freaking jewel capital of South Africa. So me knowing this, my boyfriend is going to Cape Town. He's going to go party in Stellenbosch. Like, there's so many different things that were going through my mind, Long Street, all these things. But at the end of the day, it comes down to trust. Like, we had lots of bumps in the road. It wasn't easy for us at all. We were very lucky. We got to see each other often, like every 3 or 4 months. We got to see each other.
Yeah.
It was like for a week or a weekend at a time. But honestly, that time is so important and so special.
Yeah, like, that is something we were very blessed about. Like,
Yeah.
I was able to come down a lot. There were 2 periods. It was kind of the period at the end of the year and the start of the year.
I think that
Was
they were
our
the
biggest. We
longest.
went without each other. It was about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
But after that, it was literally almost like once a month, once every like month and a half, I came down. So
Yeah.
in a sense, we got to see each other a lot, which we were very blessed about. But I think when you think about it, long distance, we don't feel negatively about it. And well,
Yeah.
me personally, I don't feel negatively about it. I don't feel positively about it because it shows it can be
yes.
done. It is difficult,
Yeah.
but I would also say if you're a couple going into it, your mindsets need to be at the same
there.
place. You guys
Yeah.
need to have the same end goal in mind.
Yeah.
And it really can be done, but it is difficult. Like we said, we had our bumps in the road, and it is a hard thing. You kind of have FOMO. I mean, for me, like, she's missing me. I'm like, she says, I'm at this party place. I was lucky enough as well to be with a bunch of amazing guys. They really were genuine guys. Some of my best mates I have till today. But at the same time, I miss my mates that are at home. I moved away from family, and for me, I have a very close-knit family. Family is everything to us. So I was away from family, my friends, my girlfriend, everything. So you miss home the whole time. You see all your mates partying, your girls going out without you. You start to get that FOMO. So
Yeah.
it's one of those situations. It's like hard from both sides, but like we say, you both need to have that same end goal and remember what you're working towards.
I mean, from a girl's point of view, it's really hard for us because we don't trust easy on a good day. And I mean, this is your partner, the person that you love, and you're scared to lose them. So every time, like, social media was a major, like, distress between the two of us because he said this, she said this, he posted this, she posted this one's sending me this, or you did this. There was so much stupid things that we let interfere between us. And I mean, if we could go back, I wouldn't change anything that happened because it made us who we are today. It's made us strong. And we've always said there's nothing that we can't overcome between the two of us. I think for us, like, trust is a major thing. Honesty, openness. We always give each other heads up. Look, this is happening. Just giving you a heads up from both sides, so we're always prepared. Nothing blindsides us, and if there is, then we talk about it because like, I think that's something that makes us very strong, is that we are very connected. We know what's going on in each other's lives. There's never a blind side, there's never FOMO unless it's like out of your control. But for us, like, the biggest thing is trust, communication, keeping each other in the loop, so not like one of us doesn't feel left out, because that's where the jealousy comes in, and like all these outside distractions that can be actually controlled if you just keep each other in the loop. Like, I guess.
No, I feel like that's a perfect answer.
What's the worst thing about each other?
Okay, so I don't think there's anything like we hate about each other. Well, from my side, there's not. But there's those pet peeves. So these are things I give Caitlin a hard time on every single day, and it's never gonna change. She clearly has made that statement. It's not gonna happen. So there's these little things, guys. This is easy. You can ask me this any day of the week, and I promise you these answers will be the same. Right off the top of my head, there's 2 things she does. 2. First one is you get those 2 types of people with the toothpaste. You either squish it from the bottom and you squish it up. That's me. Or you get Caitlin who goes right there in the middle and just squishes it. And I just see that and I'm like, oh my word. And it drives me crazy. And then the second one is we are both coffee holics.
I knew this was going to be the second one.
But for some unknown reason, she never, whether it's a cup of coffee, it's a glass of cool drink, no matter what it is, if it's liquid based, probably that last sip, 2 sips of it, she doesn't ever drink. Not because it tastes bad or for any unknown reason. She leaves it because she says she's full. If she drinks that, she's gonna explode.
No!
She's too fat if she's gonna drink that little bit.
You get
And
full.
it drives me. I don't get how you get full from liquid, guys. From cool drink. How?
It makes
Those
you
drive
bloat.
me through the roof. And I mean, I can even go on, but I mean, I'm gonna leave it there.
Your pet peeves like that I have for you. There's a few, but like, I think it's at night time. This is his favorite one. We'll get into bed ready to sleep. He goes, He turns his back to me, and I'm like, now what? Back tickles. I'm like, I don't get back tickles. I have to do it, and then I'm there, and then like I say, okay, it's my turn. This man's sleeping already. It's not my turn. He's sleeping, and he wants hair tickles all the time as well. And I'm like, babe, can you tickle my hair? Oh.
Guys, if you have back tickles, you know it is life. Back tickles are the best.
I don't know what other like pet peeve I have of yours. Can you think of anything?
I can think of more for you.
His shoes. This is what gets to me. He doesn't clean his white shoes at all. I clean his white shoes. So we go somewhere. Perfect example. We in Cape Town. We're climbing up. We're going to
Signal Hill.
Signal Hill.
Yeah.
He walks in a shit ton of sand that it covers
To
his
be-
whole
to be-
white shoe in like muddy sand. That red sand dust. I literally looked at it. I was like, it's
To
game
be
over.
fair, guys, so we were literally just walking and it was like a steep-ish hill thing on gravel. And next minute I was just walking and my foot gave in and it just went down and all that dust went over my shoe. So I didn't do it on purpose, but it did happen.
I clean his shoes all the time, and he loves to wear his white shoes to beer shack for some unknown reason. And then the next morning, his girlfriend has to clean shoes. Kills me. Oh yeah, what's the best gift you've ever been given, like with each other?
I think I know what mine is.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine first.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's my promise ring. It's very beautiful, and I really love it. I wear it. Anyone who knows me, I always wear my ring. Like,
Yeah,
I really
so
love it.
I was about to, guys, say, I'm not even lying, I was gonna say my ring. So I got her promise ring
in the
a
beginning.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Literally almost like before I left for Cape Town.
Yeah.
So she's had that for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Where she got me mine now recently for my 21st birthday.
Because I mean, I wanted it to be super special, and I mean, I couldn't afford it at the time, like back then, and I really wanted it to be so special. So for his 21st, I planned on getting him his promise ring, and it's a proper one from American Swiss. Like I wanted it to be proper, so that he could keep it and like wear it. And the thing is with Keegan as well, if anyone knows him, he's very pedantic. He likes things to be a certain way. He's big on brands, big on like it's not being ugly, it's the truth. Like he's very like, that's who he is. So I knew that, and I loved that about him. So I didn't want to go get him something that I knew is not up his alley. So like it matches like his look, his vibe, everything. And I think that's also a good example of us being connected like that. Like we know each other so well. Like there's literally nothing you could ask me that I wouldn't know about him, and like vice versa. So it took me that long to get it for you, but like it's so special.
Yeah, and it really is one of the best presents I've ever got. Like I love it.
That's it.
Everything.
Thank you guys so much for your questions. We just thought we'd do this because like I know it's hard being a couple in the 21st century that we're living in. Social media is a massive influence. There's a lot going on. So we just thought like to let you guys like know us a little bit better, see things from our point of view and how we cope with things, because trust me, we've been through a hell and back, and I think we've come out so much stronger. So if there's any way we can help anyone out there who's feeling like this or just wants to know something from like an outsider's point of view, that's all we wanted.
Yeah. So
Thank
guys,
you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much. If you guys would really like this video, please maybe just give us some feedback, give it a like, whatever the case is.
And if there's anything else you guys want to know, like we're such an open book. We've really been through some hectic things, so much that we didn't even touch in this video.
Yeah.
And like we are more than happy to use our experiences to help people. drop us a DM, send us a message, leave a
Yeah.
comment. Like, please, like, we really would love to help any way we can. We're not perfect, we're not a perfect couple, but we can and really want to use our experiences in life to help others.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, if there's anything you want to know, don't be scared to ask. And if there's anything you want to see in the future, just pop us a message and we'll see if we can do it sometime. Okay. Thanks so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
God bless.
Bye.